Okay, good deal. So hopefully we're recording here. We'll keep our fingers crossed on that and hope that it doesn't slow down the performance too much on the demo. But let's go ahead and look at kind of a presentation. I'll try and tailor this presentation to just home services in general. Does that sound fair, Jared? How you want to look at this? Obviously, our system has been designed for residential real estate agencies and companies. But how do you want me to spin it here?
That is fine. I think that most of the stuff that would apply to real estate will apply to all the real estate services. So I just think that as long as everybody understands that they're going to have their own client gateway with their own offering, and that we're all going to combine offerings, I'll chime in as needed to help explain anything that would make everybody understand how it's going to fit together. I'll chime in.
Okay, good deal. All right, so what we've got is a promotion system to get hundreds more leads. For real estate companies, it's also a recruiting system. So if any of you are in the business of trying to get other additional salespeople on your team, you could actually use this system to recruit sales members on your team as well. Okay, so I won't spend a whole lot of time on that, but the gist of our system is we equip every salesperson in your business or your group with a coordinated Facebook business page system. And the reason is it's probably the single best lead generation system out there right now, because it's right in the middle of where the single largest group of consumers is. So there's a lot of businesses that are out there in cyberspace that have kind of a standalone rogue website right now, are really trying to get into Facebook, because that's really where all the elbows are being rubbed. That's where all the referrals are coming from, and it's been proven to be a higher trust environment because of all the elements built into the Facebook platform that tells you things like your friend liked the page, your friend recommended it, your friend was writing about it on the wall. So it definitely is a much higher trust environment than rogue websites out in cyberspace offer. And so I think that's part of the allure as to why folks are trying to get involved in Facebook and build a presence there. I don't know how much time I should spend on a personal profile in comparison to a business page. Should I spend just a minute or two kind of explaining?
I think the main point here is that you look at the personal profile, there's a lot of people who junk up their Facebook page with all kinds of trying to sell stuff, trying to basically spam garbage that nobody wants to see. And that's appropriate in a business page for people who are targeted. If you pulled highly interested people towards your business page because they're looking for your type of service, they want to know about different tips on how to decide whether there's mold in the house if you're a home inspector, or how to tell whether a hot water heater is bad or good. But your friends that go to church with you or went to high school with you probably don't care about some of that type of content. And it's effective, to maybe put one little business tip or helpful point on your personal profile in a ratio of maybe one business thing, or one business one tip related to your industry out of like 7 or 8 or 10 posts. So as long as most of it's about your family or about the Braves or the Georgia Bulldogs, or something about politics, or something about what your kids are doing, or what you ate for dinner, or what your cat's doing, then it's probably okay to throw one business thing for every 7 or 8. I think that covers it enough there. What do you think?
Okay, yeah, I think the takeaway there is if you're trying to talk business, you don't want to commingle it with personal discussions. And unfortunately, on the personal profile, if you're trying to talk business to your friends and family and such, you're getting mixed discussions. And I'm sure we all have a friend or two that likes to take it a little bit too far on some of the comments. Talking to you about maybe going down to the bar or something down the street when you're trying to do business. It's just not a good environment that's conducive to making sales and getting new customers. And so with the business page, you can keep it entirely insulated from your personal discussions. So it's just a much more conducive business environment. and it literally takes 5 seconds to switch between your personal profile and your business page from an operations standpoint in Facebook. So absolutely, this is what we're talking about. This is the business page is the cornerstone, if you will, of our system. And I just wanted to spend a little time there making sure that everyone was kind of familiar with the disadvantages of trying to do business on a personal profile versus the advantages of using a business page. Okay. Okay, I think I think there's a lot of folks out there too that realize that the business page is kind of where to be. Unfortunately, it takes a bit of skill to get them set up and to build them, with custom graphics, custom messages, and put all the bells and whistles in there so you've got a professional, highly functional, lead generation business page. It takes skill, and so that's kind of where we come in. At least that's one of the components of our business model, is we make it easy so that sales folks that might not have that skill to build it from scratch can literally get a turnkey system handed to them without ever having to do anything but start using it and start typing and start driving traffic back to it. And so I think that's probably a good segue to jump over to a demo page just to give you a flavor of and this is a real live Facebook fan page that we've created for a real estate company, and we've taken their logos and things out, just to make it clean for everyone. But with our system, there's we highlight all of the key aspects to having a Facebook business page that actually works for you. I know there's a lot of folks that dabble in ways that really aren't real effective. And even from the very beginning of what do you name your business page, it's critical to name your page a kind of call to action, if you will, something that's going to get the attention of whoever you're trying to reach. So if you're trying to reach people, sellers, home sellers, something like "sell your house fast" is gonna get their attention when they see that out there on the message boards and things and Facebook a lot easier than it's going to get their attention a lot easier than if their name was Acme Real Estate or Atlanta Real Estate Partners. Because Atlanta Real Estate Partners, something like that, really doesn't speak directly to a seller. It kind of speaks to everyone. It might speak to buyers, it might speak to sellers, but it doesn't definitely speak to either one of them very clearly. So what you want to do and what you want to keep in mind in any system that's going to work in lead generation is make sure you're laser focused on who you're trying to reach. If you want buyers and you want sellers, you probably want to have two different pages. You probably want to have one page that has a message and a name specifically targeting buyers, and you might want to have a second page then with a message that's specifically targeting sellers. So that's one of the key aspects. I know it's just one little piece to a page, but you'd be amazed how critical that is in the process. Another thing we do to yes. You don't hear anything? Can anyone hear me? Can you hear me, Robert?
I'm just listening.
Okay, Robert can hear me. It sounds like somebody else can't hear me. Hello, is that Robert? This is Bob Stoles. Can everyone hear the presenter?
Yes, I can.
Okay, we got one person that can't hear, and must be their connection. So I'm just gonna keep going then, if that's okay. And so one of the techniques that's a leading edge technique in Facebook to building a page right to capture leads, and looks like Jared's trying to call me on my other line. Hold on one second. Jared.
Bob, I think we lost you. I don't know if anybody can hear you. We are still on the call, but you're gone.
Well, I was talking to some other people, and they said they could hear me, so I don't know who got lost.
Okay, well maybe we just got lost. All right. Keep talking.
Okay. Well, I've got to drop you off. Well, let me try and merge calls, and we'll see if it works that way. Okay, bye. Hi, this is Bob Stoles, the presenter again. Can you all hear me? Okay. Okay, was that Jared calling back in? Well, Jared called me and said he couldn't hear me. So I assume most people that are on this call can hear me. Can I get one more last yes, I can hear you? Hi, who's joined? Okay.
Jared and Brian, we just came back on.
Okay, it looks like we're all back. Okay, so I was just about to talk about the fan gate process. One of the things you want to do, you want to get as many likes to your page as you can for everyone that visits. So it's incumbent upon a high performing page to, straight out of the chute as fast as possible, incentivize every visitor to like the page. And just for those that might not be as familiar with why it's important to like a page, when someone clicks the like button, it does two things. It now means that anything I write on my wall will now show up in that person's news feed. So they're in effect giving me permission to market directly to them by clicking the like button. And the second thing it does is it instantly posts on their wall that they liked our page, so that it tells on average 133 of their friends that they like the page. And so you can see how the viral marketing goes as people like your page. So it immediately kicks off a message. So that's extremely important, and it's why any high performing system in Facebook needs to get people to like their page when they come. So that's what our system does. This is called a fan gate. All of the promotions in our system have built-in fan gates. So it's basically an offer that people can't get to until they click the like button. So when I'm going to do that now, when they click the like button, our software automatically opens up the gate and allows them the opportunity to get the deal they were trying to get. Okay? And behind the gate is now the opportunity to capture the lead, because you and I all know that's the name of the game here, is we've got to capture the lead so that we can sometime take it outside of Facebook and actually do face-to-face business with these folks. Okay? So our system has been designed for the sole purpose of viral marketing and lead capture into a back-end database so that you all get more leads at the end of the day. But it is predicated on having something of value to offer the customer that they can't find just anywhere they go. Okay? So, as you all decide to build out your system, you all want to decide what are those promotions for my particular business that people are going to be interested in and respond to and want to get some sort of deal from, or to get some sort of value out of. And it can be anything. It can be information, like in this service that we provide. It could be lists of properties in the area, and they're just signing up for a free foreclosure list service. Now that wouldn't cost the realtor or the real estate company any money necessarily, just some time and effort to go into the MLS and multiple listing service and run a query. So, give some thought to what promotion you would want to use, because that's what Facebook is quickly becoming, a promotional platform where you need to have something of value for someone to stick around your page and to give you contact information, and that's really what you're looking for. So the old something for nothing models are quickly going away, and but again, it doesn't have to be anything of big monetary value, but it's got to serve a purpose and provide value to the customer for visiting and for providing their contact info. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do a quick. It doesn't matter where I put. I'm just going to say ATL. So I'm going to show you the back end of the system too. This has a full back end autoresponder system. And I'm just going to put whatever here.
While you're typing that in, Bob, I just want to point out too that with these free giveaways, by coach training session where we'll come up with your full strategy for buying your investment properties. That's normally a $300 value. I mean, you start to add it all together, and we could actually have a list that, like any one person's fan page, that they automatically get emailed, and the ability to get all the benefits from 10 different companies. So that by liking my page, they also get from the mortgage broker that's teamed up with us to say, okay, well, I'm giving you X amount off your origination fees, and Brian Patton's giving away a ebook on mailbox Bula to read on how to buy investment properties and learning about commercial deals. So they might actually get 5 or 6 or 7 really nice bonuses by liking your page.
Yeah, sure. I mean, it'd be a matter of structuring a singular promotion that has joint benefits from various home services or related products. So, but yeah, I mean, this is a custom designed system that we can populate with any of your promotions that you'd like to do. So I think it just becomes a brainstorming exercise. How do you want to, how can you make it a clear offer that's not too over the top? But obviously when you're a buyer, if you're trying to get buyers, there's numerous buyers that, buyers would like numerous home services. They might like, something off of mortgage. They might like, carpet cleaning services, and they might like, tree removal services. I don't know. I'm just kind of throwing out 3 type of buyer services you could bundle together. Okay, but let's go ahead with this demo here then, and I'll just show you, and I'm going to be quiet here so you can hear. Hopefully you can hear, and I'm going to turn up my volume a little bit. Even our, there's a video, and this is kind of a Cadillac system. So
please check your inbox now to confirm your subscription.
So we use all of our systems use a double opt-in process, which is industry standard. It's to make sure you don't get a bunch of spam garbage emails, people testing out your forms and things on your site. So they're going to get a link in their email box where they have to click a confirmation just to make sure that it's a real live email address, and then they'll instantly get auto-responded the email with the information that they were looking for. In this case, it's a free foreclosure list autoresponder where they can get homes up to 70% off in that list. So it is truly. I know there's a lot of systems out there, but this is truly an end-to-end system. We even show you how to get traffic to the site so that it can fall through this marketing funnel and then be auto-written to the database and talked to through your automatic autoresponder system as well. So it is an end-to-end system. So just wanted to show you that. So let's see. So that we obviously, I guess the takeaway is these are custom designed. If we designed a system for you all, we just determine what are your graphic elements, what are your logos, what's your color scheme, that sort of thing. We build it from the ground up, give you whatever promotions built in every one of your sales force, whether they're you all just individually or whether you have other people in your particular sales force that you would also like to have a page for lead generation. We just determine what that number is, and we can set them all up fairly easily. So that kind of takes us back to, I guess we're getting a little bit of static on someone's line. Hopefully it's not my line. Oops. What happened? Okay, just a quick check here to make sure everyone can hear me.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
If they like his speech, they respond to an offer on the page, automatically found a property on the page, and he thinks he's buying a bunch of properties. I know hey Zach, I didn't just profit that deal, but it's not fact. That's where it came from.
Yeah, I had a little tough time hearing Jared there, but I think what he'd like me to spend a little time discussing is this little key code system here. What this does is it does a couple things. It allows us to piggyback off of the same system, the same promotions, the same content in the middle of all of our Facebook business pages, but it identifies the individual page by a unique key code. So that what that does is it gives you the scalability to basically set up an unlimited number of people in your sales force with turnkey Facebook business pages with all these promotions or whatever your promotions are all built right in a fraction of the cost. And the way that so you're basically all running off of the same system, the same promotions, but you're identified uniquely by the key code that every person that fills out a form, every lead fills out a form with a different key code. So we know which salesperson's page the lead came from so that they get the lead, right? So it gives you that scalability to keep your costs down by creating one system and hosting it in one place. In fact, it's a good segue. What I'm going to show you right now is how this works. Every one of our clients gets what we call a Facebook marketing platform or control center. And it's basically a website that acts as a server to serve up all of the promotions to all of your various Facebook business pages. And I'll show you just for example, I think we just came from a page that looked like this. If you remember seeing this offer just a second ago and I filled out the form, it is actually being served up by this server website that we're looking at right here. And so, I'll flip back to Facebook just so you can see this content in Facebook is actually coming from a server website. And this is what gives you that central feed of information that you can piggyback on and basically have an unlimited number of sales pages piggybacking off of the same central system. So that's how you can set up new salespeople for literally $50 or $100 a pop, rather than them having to spend $1,000 to get off of the ground with their own custom Facebook system. Okay. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to show that just the last element here is how do you get traffic to it? Having a great looking website or having a great looking fan page doesn't really do you any good unless you can get traffic to it. And so I'm gonna hop over to another demo page that I have, and I'm going to show you right now. I'm going to log into a let's just see. I'm just going to go into this one here. And I'm going to go out to, let's just go to, I don't know, we're all in the Atlanta area here. Let's just go out to the Atlanta Braves or something, I don't know, page. But this is the name of the game that what I'm doing right now is I'm logged in as my business. If you can see in the upper right hand corner of my page, I don't have my face anymore. I'm signed in as my business page name. So I've taken off my personal hat and I've put on my business hat because I'm ready to try and drive traffic to my business. And it literally took me 5 seconds just to grab my business page from my drop down box. Okay? But now the thing to do is go out. If you're trying to get traffic and you're trying to get your message in front of a lot of people, you don't do it by sitting there talking on your own wall when you only have 20 visitors, 20 followers. You go out into the big traffic areas for your city and talk out there. So, you know, the Atlanta Braves have 1 million people, and a large percentage of those are going to be people that live in Atlanta, right? So if you're trying to get home buyers, home sellers in Atlanta, you go talk out on their wall and join in the conversation on their wall, except now when you're doing it as your business. So anywhere I write in the Atlanta Braves page, it's going out and it's getting in front of a heck of a lot more people, tens of thousands. You know, there's 20,000 people that are communicating with this page right now. So I'm just going to put, you know, I love the Braves. What you don't want to do is you don't want to spam. You don't want to be a pushy salesman. You just want to join in the conversation. And I'm being a little generic here, but watch what happens when I enter this. I got my hyperlink and my business page name, which is a call to action, in front of a lot of people. So you join in the conversation and you let your business page name do the selling for you. And that's why your business page name is so critical to getting traffic. Because if this just said Acme Real Estate, I'm really not talking to anybody. It's too generic. It's too general. It's not really going to draw anybody's attention. But if I'm trying to get people selling their house or thinking about selling their house, they're going to be interested. They're going to be drawn to this. They're going to be curious. Well, how do I sell it fast? Okay? So that's kind of the name of the game, is get your message out in front of lots of people. And, you know, part of our system is we give, you know, customers of ours, when we're building them the system, we give them the top, you know, 100 or 200 or 300 highest traffic pages for their city, so that they can literally go one after another after another after another and build, you know, get their message out in front of tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, or millions of people in just minutes a day. So when anyone clicks on this link, it drops them right back into the marketing funnel, back into the fan page. You know, where they'll be incentivized to click the like button so that they can get the deal, and then they go through the you know, lead capture process to get the deal. Any questions on how that works? Okay, and you. I'm having a little time with clarity.
Something that's interesting on that is that I like the grade, because 150 other people have made a comment on that, and so all 150 people just have that little round at the top of the page,
Oops.
little red line saying, to your whole staff, just commented on your comment, on your post.
Yeah, so there's a lot of people in here talking, and if you look at this, it looks like every one of these people is an individual. I don't see any other businesses doing this. So this is a relatively new way of marketing, and there's not much competition at all. All these are individual people, and you got your business conversation in the middle there. Now, granted, again, you don't want to spam. You don't want to say, hey, are any of you looking to sell your house? No, you want to join in. You just want to let your name, your business page name, do the selling for you, and kind of just passively join the conversation, just like you're anybody else, rubbing elbows and talking about the Braves. Okay? So anyway, I'm going to go back to the other presentation here. And we covered a lot of the remaining. Why isn't this? I don't know why I'm getting this little hyperlink issue here. So I'll just cut down through this way. I think what I want to do is, you know, the only last element, and I think, you know, again, we already talked about this, is this system. You know, the centralized system. The only piece I haven't shown you is just how easy it is for whoever you guys choose as your administrator of your central system. It's super easy to manage it. I'm looking right now in the web editor. Our system uses a drag and drop technology web editor that you don't need to know. You don't need to know anything about web design to manage it. You literally click an element and drag it around the page and drop it wherever you want. If you want to replace this little picture with something else, you click the replace button. You'll get a little upload. You get a little upload. You upload it off your computer, and those are all things that people know how to do. I mean, so if you know how to upload a file, if you know how to type, if you know how to drag something with your mouse, then you can build. You can build and manage this entire website. So it's just super simple. And then when you say, I want to move that element up here, I want to grab this, I want to put this over here, and I want to insert a new text box. I grab this little text box here, I stick it over here, and I start typing. Put a little note in. Note 1. I don't know. So you're going to want to have a central administrator of your infrastructure, and your infrastructure is basically all your ads, your promotions that are populating out to your pages. But it's just super simple. And when you're done moving whatever you want around wherever you want it, you save your new design, you click publish, and it uploads the site and publishes the site instantly over to a hard-coded site like this that nobody can edit. And so this is just like a basic site. So so now you can literally update your entire infrastructure of Facebook business page promotions in minutes from one site. Automatically populate to all those pages instantly. So that's kind of the power of the backbone. And we tried to use all of the software solutions out there that are the most user friendly to just make it super simple for anyone to manage a site. You want to go to a different page, you just look in your drop down of pages, you go over to a different page and you start editing. You edit your other page. This is a fan gate graphic. You could literally click on it, replace it with a different graphic, and click publish, and now you've instantly updated every one of your fan pages for your whole sales support team all instantly without your sales folks having to have any of those skills. So that's the gist of the system, Jared. I don't know what else you want me to cover. If there's any questions, does anyone have any questions about the concept or anything we covered here that they'd like me to clarify? I'm sorry, that wasn't real clear. I heard something about tabs and promotions and piggybacking off of, but it wasn't real clear. Could you repeat it, please, Brian?
Yeah, that area that you're pointing to right now, I'm assuming could be an area where we can connect off each other's promotions, right? So, Jared's, you're going to my Facebook page, Jared's promotion, tab over there, and maybe something. Jim's promotion might get a tab over there, Mark's promotion might get a tab over there. That's what that's for.
Yeah, that's a great question. I know what you're talking about now. Yeah, I mean, let's say there was 5 folks and they each had their own home service. There's a mortgage, there's title, there's a home stager, and a couple others. What you would want to do is whoever is the owner of this page, let's say it's the home stager. The home stager would want to feature their, this promotion. Okay, the sell your home fast. That would be the home staging person, and they get home staging business that way by featuring that. We could set it up so that the default the default promotion that's available is the home staging. But you also want to draw attention, like we do with our graphics here, to all the other promotions. So anybody visiting, coming in to look at the home staging promotion would still have the opportunity to see all the various other home services promotions that are down here on the tab. So so there'd be a tab for every home service promotion that you guys want to cover.
That's huge for us because, each one of us has 1,000 Facebook fans. I mean, that's getting exposure for every one of us on everybody else's page.
That's right.
Yeah, and it will do it. We'll all go on to Gina's wall. Look, I paid Brian Patton, the administrator of my page. Brian wants to post some sort of smart real estate comment on my page, he can. And he also gives Brian the ability to go to his entire fan page and invite him to come like Dartnell Academy or invite him to like Timber So's home inspection company or whatever the case may be. And then we endorse each other and are able to leave commentaries and endorsements on the page as well, which is fine. On the left-hand side, some of the tabs where your cursor is, Brian and I just recorded 2 radio shows. They're going to be on live internet. It's going to be investmentradio.x.com, and it'll be a website, and it'll have radio shows and audio about commercial and industrial residential investment properties. But Jim Duffy might have one on mortgage products and what's out there in the mortgage industry, or Rick Rodriguez would have one on the mortgage industry. And so you actually have a radio show where you can listen to Rick or Jim or talk about different mortgage products, providing education and content, where you actually have those radio shows, links to where they can listen to 10 different radio shows from all of the Dartnell Power Team members. And actually listen to a once-a-week radio show on home inspections or home staging and how to stage your home. Or Robert Both might be talking about construction costs and how to keep the costs down. And if you can get linoleum that's routable, it's really, really thick. It's much cheaper than tile, but looks much better, it holds up much better than traditional linoleum. And so you have radio shows, you have links to properties, because I'm an insurance agent. Every time somebody sees a $35,000, 2005 house, then I know I'm going to sell an insurance policy. So I want to have links to the property on my insurance page. If people are interested in the properties and they'll buy the property, owner can say, I'll buy this, and then they'll pick up the insurance policy.
Yeah.
So we have different properties on there. We have links to the e-magazine that we've emailed you guys all about, where the e-magazine, if you able to read the e-magazine, it would be a colorful digital magazine that would have articles from each of you once a month. You would give us an article that would be featured with your picture and links to your blog and links to your radio show and links to your landing page. It talks about your business. It does lead capture and captures email addresses and phone numbers of the leads that come from all of us. And so there's some really cool things I think we could do with some of those tabs on the left-hand side. And the exponential synergy of all of us kind of helping promote it across our databases is big.
Yeah, well, let me just point out, if you're looking, it sounds like you've got almost unlimited kind of growth potential. More information, more media, all kind of different things, more, home service providers joining the network. You definitely want to have kind of a central system that when let's say you wanted to add your radio show or your e-newsletter, you're not ready to do it now, but 6 months from now you're ready to do it. Well, you go and you just put in a new page on your central server website, a new page, you put your content in there, and then you just, you go back and you just tell all your folks, hey guys, here's the 3 steps to just setting it up so that you can now get the e-newsletter added to your site. And I mean, it's so simple. You give them a cut and paste set of code, and that code is the same for everybody. They install a new tab, which takes all of about 30 seconds to do. Which it's an application that we design. You're allowed to install it free onto your site. It would instantly create a new tab, and then you literally go into the settings and paste the code, and then you're done. And now voila, you would have the whole new e-newsletter that's coming from your central server website now populating into every page. And a page owner could decide whether to add that module or not. but you could just continuously add new content, new modules, and let the user of the page decide whether they want to add it to their lead generation system or not.
And Bob, one other thing I don't know if you mentioned while we got the call, but you can provide us a list of 200 or 300 of the highest volume Facebook sites. Did you talk about that?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, I sure did. Depending on what's available. If I guess we're in the Atlanta market, I know there's well over 300. There's tens of thousands probably in Atlanta. But yeah, the highest traffic sites. What we do is we have an overseas company that's indexed millions and millions of pages, and they pull in all that data, and we buy the lists from them. So yeah, we set you up so it's literally. You go from just down a list. You get a spreadsheet that has the highest traffic site, the next highest traffic site, and you literally go one page to another, paste it in your paste the name in your search bar. It'll take you right to their page. Hop over to their wall and start chatting it up, and you start getting your mess. Go ahead.
Bob, what's exciting to me is that let's say Jared sits down. We know how hard he works at this kind of stuff. He sits down and goes to 50 of these highest ranked Facebook pages. He could be reaching out to tens of millions of people within just a few minutes. And just because my Facebook is linked to his with that tab over there, he could be bringing huge amounts of people to my Facebook page, and I'm not doing anything. Well, it's funny because Brad Bennett's on this call, and he was shocked as all get out last night. I went and posted a duplex on an old friend of mine's Facebook page that happens to be a Rich Dad coach. So the Rich Dad coach saw it on his page. A past client of his that used to have Brad for a coach was in Atlanta, called me at 9 p.m. last night and said, a buddy of mine, that's a friend of yours, just saw the duplex on Facebook. I called him and told him that I'm in Atlanta looking to buy investment property and that I'm flying out in 2 days. And he said it would be a serious mistake if I didn't contact you to buy properties from you. He said, I'm with my agent, but based on the recommendation from my former coach, he said, let me know. I've been working with this agent for a week. Do I need to dump them so that I can work exclusively with you, or can you somehow still work with the agent? And I met with the guy today, and he wants to spend about $350,000 with us, and he'll probably buy 10 houses. And I was able to reconnect him with Brad, and Brad may get some business out of it. And, of course, by me connecting with him, if you're a mortgage broker that I'm working with, you're going to get mortgages out of it or home inspections out of it as he does those 10 homes. And so and that was just from one posting I did on Facebook 2 days ago. And believe it or not, I did a posting. I got about 5 new clients. Now, I've got 1,200 friends on Facebook, so I mean, that's probably a little bit more than some of you who haven't been doing a lot of social marketing. But I got 5 people that want to buy houses from me from 1 or 2 postings I did just 2 days ago in one night. So it's powerful, and so as we all will go out and work that together, as everybody else gets up to speed and gets to where I'm at and then passes where I'm at, it's just like Brian said, if all of us are doing the same thing and driving traffic back to our own pages, but there's links to everybody else's pages, then we all benefit from traffic.
So yeah, I mean, it sounds like you've got some grand designs, you've got some big plans, and unless you want to have a kind of central server site approach, otherwise you're going to be really fragmented, and it's going to become very difficult. You're basically going to have everybody with their own pages kind of on their own, unless you have a central kind of server approach to it that everybody can just piggyback on. So every one of your owners of your page, as you scale out these services and put more content in your Facebook website and Facebook marketing system, if you will, they simply can do that by following just a couple setting instructions, adding a new tab, and then pasting the same code that looks back to the central server website for the new content or the new promotion or the new media that you're trying to add, and it becomes very, very simple and very, very low cost to continue to add more and more content to your system. Okay, Jared, so where are we at? What do you have any other questions for me? What else do you need?
that there's probably, I think we've got about 10 people on the call, and I'm sure that out of the 10 people that are on the call, that they may have some questions. So let's do questions from everybody else on the call. But for me, the whole business, this is one element of the marketing plan that I emailed everybody out about a week ago, and to include the e-magazines, the radio shows, the email blasts of the e-magazines to everybody's combined databases, so that if I've got 15,000 in my database, but Brian Patton's got 10,000 in his, and I know Rick Rodriguez on his own has 2,000 mortgage brokers, that he could email stuff out to. That would be valuable for home inspectors or for home stagers or for contractors. Bottom line is that if we have 10 companies, they're all in separate businesses, or 12 or 15 companies all doing this, we literally could hit 100,000 in our combined database. We're all cross promoting, and it's like a steakhouse. If I own a steakhouse, I want to serve potatoes. People like a potato with their steak, and it's also good to have a little bit of shrimp or lobster if somebody's not in the mood for the steak. So I feel that by doing that, we're all related services. We all need each other to be able to thrive as business owners. And I'm just really excited about the third-party referral, the ability to network and have a lot more clout and touches between all of our clients as we work together. So let's open it up to questions. I know Brad Bennett's got questions. Yeah, just a second. So if we've got 5 agents, are all 5 of them going to have the same tagline that, like, sell your house fast, or are they going to have different taglines for each one of their pages?
You can have the same, or you could have different. I mean, it's whatever it's got to be short, it's got to be concise, and it's got to be, a call to action sort of thing if you want it to get attention, or it's got to be, it's got to spark curiosity. But yeah, every user literally has the ability to just go in, click the edit button, and change their page name to whatever they want. You just want to make sure it's laser focused on who you're trying to do business with. But yeah, everyone has the ability to use whatever they want. You just your message. Go ahead.
I think Robert Boat might be something like I fix up foreclosures, or I renovate foreclosures, or if I'm a foreclosure lender, might be for a lender, or Mark Stewart might be investment education, or Brian Patton, what were you going to do for yours? Brian was thinking find commercial real estate deals would be his. I was thinking mine would be $35,000 ATL Howe Homes. Something like that to where it really captures attention.
Right. Those are all very good ones.
Don't buy a money pit or something, for a home inspector or something. Mark Stewart, you're pretty technical. Do you have any questions? And Jim Duffy, you're pretty technical. You know a lot about social media, and you've been doing a lot. Did you have any questions or comments?
Yeah, this is Mark. I had my phone muted and I had to scramble over and push the buttons. I don't really have any questions. It's pretty concise. I'd like to be able to explore it a little bit, maybe go back to the website and look at it. Get more comfortable with it, but I like what I saw.
Yeah, well, we have a demo site. I mean, this site here is complete end to end. It's got the back end on it too. So and it's set up solely for the purposes of demonstration. So you could go. I'll give you the link to these pages. You could go into every one of these tabs. You can click the like button, then you can click the unlike button to see that the gate closes again. You could go check out all these promotions, and you can fill out the forms and see, put your own email address in there and see how the confirmation system works. So you'll get a confirmation email, and then when you click the confirmation email, it'll automatically respond with the next piece of the equation for the system. So yeah, it is truly an end-to-end system. For you.
Facebook, before your Facebook, how do we find the demo site? website so we can play around with it?
It's just it's a long URL right here. I'll just shoot it to you. I'll shoot it to you in email.
Okay.
That's very well thought out. That's good. Thank you.
And no problem. Thank you.
Everybody's taking the time to take a step. We're real excited about implementing this. Just the joint marketing efforts as we try to help each other with ways to really bring in business in this really exciting stuff. I'm just so pumped up about it, and we want to really provide this as a value to help everybody else help themselves in business to help grow our business together.
Okay. Well,
I enjoyed it.
all right. Well, thanks a lot. I guess that's a wrap. I'll send through Jared the link to the demo site and a little bit of other information, and we'll be in touch.
Thanks for your time, you guys. We appreciate your commitment.
Thanks, everyone.